Well, hi everybody. This is Alan Combies. Welcome to this, whatever this is, this little video. I wanted to create a video and actually introduce myself and my colleagues to anybody who might be interested or might be wondering. The reason being is we just created a brand new project that we're really, really proud of and excited about. And so we thought we'd just do a little chat, do a little roundtable, and talk a little bit and introduce ourselves. Tell our story a little bit, how we met, and why we're so excited about this retreat that we planned, this project, and why it's so close and dear to our hearts. So again, my name is Alan Combies, and I'm joined by Laura Worley and Heather McKean. So I thought what we do, ladies, is kind of just go around and talk a little bit about, we'll just sort of introduce ourselves and just share with the people, for those who don't know, we're transformational coaches, we're practitioners. We've been helping people and clients both through online training, seminars, and of course, one-on-one coaching, which is something that I think all three of us are very passionate about doing. So, Laura, why don't we start with you? Why don't you introduce yourself and just very briefly tell the good people about you and your story.
Okay. Well, my name is Laura Worley, and I have been a coach for about 8 years. I started with EFT, and the last 5 been really focused a lot on working with faster EFT and hypnosis and different other modalities, and I love doing it. The main reason for me is the reason why I really wanted to do this retreat is really because of my own experience. Back in the day when I was trying to get help for myself, there wasn't a lot of help available, and a lot of people didn't know how to help me because this is back in the 90s when you didn't really talk about too much of different kinds of abuses. But there was one thing that I did go to that was very helpful, and back in the day, it was probably the only thing that really truly helped me with talk therapy. We did a group. There were 10 of us, and we stayed together for a week. And we bonded so much, and we connected. I think it's called Gestalt, but we did a lot of anger work. And that was so helpful. But through the whole week, there was a few things that took place that really helped me so much. One is I felt safe. And I really thought it was very important for what we're doing is to create a really safe space for people to go where they need to go. And when they have the safe space, it allows them to go where they need to go. And that's what I received. And I had a supportive group. So the whole week I was totally supported. I felt safe, and I felt like I could let go, and I could really go where I wasn't able to go in the past because there was no support. And so for me, the retreat was really important to create those things: a supportive system, a safe space, and a place where they can really go where they need to and really get the help they can to address their emotions. And because of our skills, and I think all of our experience put together, we have the ability to really help them go no matter where it needs to go with their emotions, no matter how deep, how scary, how worried they may be. We have the ability to help them do it. And that is the reason I have been so thrilled to do it. And then, of course, in a place like Maui, where you can just feel, your spirit, also have the opportunity to heal, and healthy, clean food. That's so important too. And we forget about that with eating and how it affects us too when we're dealing with our emotions. So that's why I wanted to do it, because I know that we are darn good at what we do, and we can help these people change their lives. And so I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. I love, when I remember meeting you for the first time, Laura, at a training, and we just kind of bonded right away. And I agree with you 100%. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that that a lot of people are missing out on is that connection, is that bond with life and with other human beings. And when you can be around people who are not only looking to connect with others, but also on sort of that journey of healing, there's a huge cohesiveness that happens there, and a huge bond. And I know you know, I could, I can speak probably for all three of us here that we share passion for watching each other grow and learn. And that of course goes for our clients as well. And I think that's one of the things that keeps us coming back to this work, is what we get out of it, you know, how it fills our hearts, to see people shine and transform. So awesome. Heather, why don't you introduce yourself and tell the good people who you are?
My name is Heather McKean. I have the honor and privilege of living in Maui, and so you'll all get to be coming to my house. Yeah, this is a dream come true, what we are about to do. It's really the beginning of something. And so any of you who are going to be lucky enough to be there with us in the beginning of this, you're going to look back and say, I remember when, and realize this is a turning point in your life. And it's great to be doing it with Laura and Alan, because I feel like that's what has happened to me with them. I remember meeting Laura 4 years ago. When I first started coming around, I was sick, and I thought I had life sorted out in my head, and I had, gone through abuse and all these different things. And I thought, you know what, it doesn't bother me. I'm good. It doesn't make me mad anymore. And, I'd seen therapists and done different things. And I thought, you know what, I'm good. I'm totally fine with this. I talk about it. And in fact, my full-time profession was actually counseling other people and helping people through and really helping people see the light. And yet, I was stuck home in bed by the time, right before I ended up at a training where I first met Laura. And I needed help. I needed to go to those places inside of my mind and body that I had tried to avoid for so many years. And I didn't even realize I was avoiding them, to be honest, but I needed to go there. And like Laura said, you need to do that with other people who've done it, and in a safe place and in a safe environment. And that is what I found. And this is a unique thing to be doing it with you guys, because I really feel like that's what we have found in each other. We're friends, we're colleagues, we're clients of each other. Like all of us, we've done every step of the process with each other. And like Alan said, we've watched one another grow and change and lifted each other higher through this process. And I think that Maui Mind Spa is the culmination of all of this together, where we are at a place in our lives where we've been given to so much, we're able to give back in this really special way. And so, yeah, it's incredible. We've all been through our own personal, I think hell, if you will, and in different ways and in different aspects. And though none of us are presenting ourselves in perfection, we've all come so far. And together, I think we realized this, we were all working together at a training last year in Las Vegas. And we just were sitting around, I think, talking one night after the training and realized, like, we're a darn good team, the three of us. We think the same, we have the same visions and goals. We really enjoy seeing the success that each one of us has had and wants to see, all of us grow and change. And when we talked about what we want to see for other people, it just clicked. And it made sense that we would come to one of the most beautiful places on earth and help, a really special, small handful of people to get what we've been given. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, we can talk about it all day, clearly, but yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I remember having that conversation when this sort of idea was spawned. And I don't think I had told you, I may have told you, Laura, but Heather, less than a year prior, a few months, maybe like back then, I think it was maybe just 3 months before that, I had been at a seminar, and one of the exercises they had us do was pretend like we were in the future and something that we wanted had already happened. So we talked about it in past tense. And one of the things that I brought up was a retreat in Hawaii. And I had, it was a retreat where all these different things were able to be under one roof, like yoga, like spirituality, like transformation, coaching, things like that. And that kind of blew me away when I realized, because I just repeated the event. I just went back to the same event and we did the same exercise. And that's when it dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, I had actually created a vision of this, and here we are now. And so when we brought that up together, I think we were in Las Vegas together when this idea was sort of birthed, and I immediately was like, oh my God, yes. Like, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Let's do it. And, all three of us have had the honor of volunteering at the drug and alcohol rehab facility called Habilitat on the island of Hawaii. And that work has really changed me. And one thing in particular about that work is working with people who are from the island, like who have lived there, who have generations that have lived there. There is a deep, deep spirituality that sort of permeates that part of the world, those islands in particular. And there's something magical about being there. And I feel it every time I step down onto those islands. And so to be able to do this here in Maui, I think is really, really special. And I think it's why I've always been drawn to it, to do something like this. It's not, you're not going to a conference room in Las Vegas. You're not going to, you're not going to some big city. You're going to an island in the middle of the Pacific, and there's something special there, like I said. And we've all, like you said, Heather, we've all had our trials and tribulations. And what drew me to this work really was, number one, I had my own substance abuse issues, and I was really trying to cover up the pain of just not feeling like I measured up. And as a result, my relationships, particularly with the opposite sex, were not going so well. I think I went probably 10 or 15 years without a really solid relationship in my life, nothing more than a month or two. And that completely transformed when I began doing this work on myself. And of course, I know what the two of you have gone through as well. And so to be able to give back in this kind of way, and to be able to share in a way that really has the three of us walking our talk, I should say. And like you said, Heather, it's not us showing up as any kind of, hey, look at us, we're perfect. The three of us are still getting sessions. The three of us are still working, because that's life. That's what life is. Life is about recognizing the ebbs and the flows. Excuse me. Recognizing the ebbs and flows, and how our emotions and how our subconscious mind plays a part in that. And when we begin to educate ourselves in that, when we begin to get an understanding of how that works, we begin to take control. And that's really what this is about. And what you mentioned, Laura, about connection, I couldn't agree more. Every time I do something like this, whether I'm a participant or someone who is helping out, or someone who's leading an event like this, there is always a bonding experience. There is always a beautiful ground laid, a fertile ground for relationship building. And that's one of the things I'm really excited about is that opportunity. Obviously, like, I'm excited about who we're going to meet. I'm excited about those bonds that we're going to form. And I'm excited that these relationships can be extended beyond this 5-day retreat. And in fact, to what you said, Heather, I share your vision of this being the first of many. Mm-hmm. Whatever form they take, this this is too powerful. This is too rich. This is too valuable to not continue to, just plant more and more seeds and continue to reach out to people and to help people in this way. So I'm really, really excited. Is there anything else that you two want to share about?
I'd like to share one more thing. Mm-hmm. Is I think you brought out a really good point is by your example, you had created something that you wanted and now it's coming to fruition. And, there's a lot of advertising out there that says, oh, you can make your dreams come true and you can do this. And I think a lot of people sometimes think, you know what, I don't believe that. I don't buy it. And yet we are living proof. All three of us are sitting here, not blowing smoke, but we're saying, you know what, you can live your dreams because each and every one of us are doing that. And I know for me, and I'm sure each and every one of you feel that same way too, is there was a time when you're struggling with whatever you were going through. And I'll just speak for myself. I literally felt that there was no hope. I felt like this is the way life's going to be. I'm going to have to suck it up. I'm going to have to put up with depression, feeling like crap every day, not physically as much as it was emotionally. Just, I don't feel good. Life sucks. There's no hope. I'm always going to feel this kind of like a deep sadness. Maybe that's the best way. And maybe even an emptiness. And I literally thought this is it. And to know that I was so wrong, it's so relieving. But it took a long time for me to get to that place. And I don't want people to go through that when they don't have to, because there really are answers that they can be happy. And I never, ever, ever imagined my life to be the way it is. And it is amazing. And that is what I think, at least I know you both well enough. I think that's why we're here. We want everybody to have their dreams and to feel happy in this life, because it's what life's about. So,
yeah, I think that I could say on that, if any of you have watched my videos and stuff, my initial pull to this was just to be, fixed physically. I wanted to feel better physically. I just wanted to be out of some physical pain. That is as big as my aspirations got. That's as far as I could see. That to me would have been, the end all be all, was to be out of some physical pain. It's very rarely in this world do you get more than you asked for, more than you bargained for, more than you could have dreamed or imagined. And that's what I've been given. It's not that it was handed to me. I've worked hard for this, but I was finally given the skills to where now I wasn't just spinning my wheels. I feel like I've worked hard my whole life, but I kept ending up in the same spot. And I ended up in the same spot my parents did, even though I promised I would never go that direction. So I was finally given the skills that now any amount of effort that I put in got back these paid dividends that were triple, quadruple what I could have imagined. So I went in to get out of pain, and I got out of pain, out of every kind of pain. I got out of physical pain, emotional pain. I started loving being a mother, which was, it's not that I didn't love being a mother. I just felt I was consumed by guilt, inadequacy, I'm going to just mess these poor things up, and I'm not good enough, and all these different things, being a wife, being anything I put my mind to, I could just see all the ways I wasn't measuring up and felt like, I can't do this. And I get all of this, it's just, I live on Maui. I've not always lived here. This is something that's been manifested. I am able to work helping people. This is what I get paid for now. My kids, I'm a mother to my children. I'm a wife to my husband. I have amazing friends and people who are like-minded, who want to see me get bigger and do better and grow, and not, taking me down. They're lifting me higher, and that we all do that for each other. It's amazing. It's so incredible. And then, you keep surrounding yourself with other people who are doing this, and it only gets better. It literally just gets better and better. And this is what I feel like we're offering people, is that turning point, that time to come and just, when you leave here, it's never going to be the same. Life is just not going to look the same, be the same. It's just going to be different. That's worth, I said, when I first went and got the help that I needed, I felt like it didn't have the money, didn't have the time, didn't have the money, didn't have the energy, couldn't, wouldn't. Somehow I ended up there beyond all hope. And now looking back, there's nothing I wouldn't have paid to be there. It was an investment into myself, my future, my husband, my children, my family, the world. I really feel like I invested in the world in that time. And I would have paid, seriously, 1,000 times what I did then. And then it felt like it was too much. And that what I feel like what we have to offer is going to be one of those moments for somebody. That in the beginning it's going to be like, ugh, and then at the end they're going to think, I would have paid triple this, quadruple this to be here.
That is such a good point to bring out, because we all think, oh, that's too much money. But yet, how much money have we spent being sick? Or I spent $500,000 going to talk therapy for 20 years. I would have paid it. I would have paid a zillion times more just to not have gone through that. But that is just what I went through. But we're offering some skills. And I want to bring that out too. We're giving some skills and empowering them to help themselves as well. It's not like, I'm only going to get help with us three during this retreat. When they leave, they will have the knowledge of how to actually help those emotions as they come up and to release them. Mm-hmm. And we will do that through tapping modalities, mostly. We will use some hypnosis, meditations, any kind of skills that we've learned over the years. We're bringing them all to the table, and we will use those to help you.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, what just came to mind was, Heather, you were talking about sort of we've all had our turning points. And it just dawned on me that this could be a turning point for people. This could be an event where they take that step and they join us, and it's the first day of the rest of their life, not to sound corny, but that's, we've all had that. We've experienced that, where something that we took a plunge. For me, I remember it was putting money down for a DVD course that taught me a skill set that changed my life, that's been the basis of my work ever since. And so talk about a game changer. Who would have thought that I'd be doing, who would have thought a burnout drummer, surfer, bartender dude would be doing something like this for a living, helping people. It blows my mind. And the fact that I do stuff like this, like talk in front of people and communicate with people and stand in front of big rooms and talk. I couldn't have done this a few short years ago. So I think that turning point is so important. And just the fact that people should know that there is hope. It's like, no matter what you're going through in this moment, we want you to hear that there is hope. There truly, truly is. And we speak from experience. And so I thought it'd be really good. You mentioned, Laura, that we're doing follow-up with people. So that's one of the things we're offering, in addition to, staying here in Maui, having your own bed to sleep in. We're going to be feeding everybody. Everybody gets 3 meals a day. We're focusing on healthy, clean, farm-to-table meals so that you can, we're not necessarily calling it a detox, but it is about just being smart and healthy and, refraining from Cheetos and things like that, right?
Sugar
and mostly sugars and things like that. There will be natural sugars and fruits, obviously. So that's very powerful. And then also the ability to move your body. We've got yoga teachers that are going to be offering classes, I think like 2 or 3 times a day. And so they'll have options of different types of yoga. any level. I mean, I'm not a yoga guy, but I'm really looking forward to taking advantage of that and moving my body and breathing, because I really, and I wrote a letter for this, and I really see these as pillars that we can stand on. So breath and movement, nourishing our bodies, and of course, connection, which you spoke of in the beginning of the call, Laura, which I think is so important and what I'm really looking forward to, because I want to. I'm a little selfish. I want to feel good in seeing you, transform and seeing you grow, and I think you two probably feel the same about that when it comes to helping other people. And then, of course, what the transformation is probably the strongest pillar, because 100% of what we experience is happening from the inside out. It's what we're doing in our minds. It's how we perceive the world. It's our belief systems. It's our subconscious programs. It's what we learned at birth. And those things that we learned are fine and dandy until they're not. And once they're not, then it's time to uncover and address and transcend. Once you transcend them, your life begins opening up in ways you can't imagine. Again, the three of us are really living proof of that. And sometimes you have to pinch myself or pause and just take a moment and look back and how much change really has occurred. So this could be a turning point for someone, and that's really exciting. And I don't know about you two, but I feel very honored to be able to do something like this.
Alan, also just want to remind everybody too that when they leave, they're not alone, because we're going to do support, aftercare. You'll get 3 sessions, one with each of us. You'll get that aftercare support plus 6 months of, we're going to meet for a webinar and just talk about what's going on and what problems. I'm not sure how that'll all work out, but we can discuss it in the group in Maui, how we want it to all, how we can best help you after you leave. So we're very open to ideas on that support for 6 months. And I'm very humble. I'm so grateful for for you two. And I'm so grateful for all those people that are going to show up, because whoever does show up will be the ones that really are supposed to be there and that we're supposed to help right now. And that's okay. So we're looking forward to being of service and just to show our hearts and our love for you, and know that we've been there and we can help you. So
there's a concept here, I'm sure most of you have heard it, that the culture uses the word ohana, and ohana means family. And it really transcends blood, and ohana is just, anybody who comes in that you take responsibility for, to love and to cherish and to just bring into your family unit. And that's what we really are looking to develop here is like a healing ohana. We're gonna have and form bonds here that I think last a lifetime, to watch each other grow and go to that next level. And it's going to be, I think, just a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. And I know that there's probably someone out there going, I've tried everything and nothing worked for me, and this probably wouldn't work either. I know, I did the same thing. But you know what? What if something can work? What if something could work? What if this is the thing that could, and what if your life could be different? What if? What would it be worth to you? What a better place to do than, Maui, with waterfalls and beaches and rainforests, and amongst other people who are doing the same kind of what if with you. And what if we all could even go a little bit higher? Even those of us who wake up every morning pinching ourselves, like, is this really what I do and where I live and who I am? What if we can even take it one step higher? Let me tell you, that's a group of people I want to surround myself with. So
beautiful. Well, I'm looking forward to joining my ohana in Maui. And I think that's all we have time for right now. But let's tell the good people, go to www.mauimindspa.com. You'll be able to get all the information, and you can ask us any questions that you want. You can contact us, or you can register right away. And we'll look forward to seeing you in Maui.
One more quick thing. We are running some specials right now. You guys can even get to Maui and stay in a place as beautiful as you're going to be staying for the prices that we're running for the special right now. So believe me, try. Go look up the Grand Wailea and see if you can even come here. Stay. And it's really, really, really a great deal financially for you right now if you can get in on those early specials. And it's not a marketing ploy. We really literally can only take a certain amount of people because of how closely we want to be able to work with people and how special we want to
and the accommodations and everything else. Yeah. I mean, this really is everything included.
Yes.
It's transformational sessions plus all of these amazing things. So
yeah, we're going to spoil ourselves. And
we should run another week and just work on each other.
I know, right?
That sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, work on that. Manifest. Come on.
We'll work that into the next one.
Yes. Okay.
All right. I love you both. Thank you so much for joining me.
Aloha, everybody.
MauiMindSpa.com.